Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope all of you are doing well. I do apologize for the shaky cam. Um, I'm going to be reviewing one of my favorite films of all time, the 1994 Brandon Lee classic, The Crow. So, Brandon Lee plays Eric Draven. Eric Draven and Shelley Webster are killed by a gang, and Eric is eventually resurrected to right the wrongs that him and Shelley went through. There's this mythology that states that a crow can carry your soul to the land of the dead or some type of afterlife, and if your soul is heavy, basically you can come back and right the wrongs. Usually they say that love is a very powerful thing. That's best way that I can sum it up right now. So that's what happens to Eric. He comes back to right the wrong by taking out the gang that killed him and Shelly. Of course, the gang, we have Tintin, we have Fun Boy, Skank, and T-Bird. Skank kind of reminds me of Bam Margera, I'm not gonna lie. I get a Bam Margera feel when I see him. Of course, we have Top Dollar, who is the man in charge. He's the one that, has the gang do what they need to do. You also have the actor who plays the villain in Blank Man. He's in this. He plays the pawn shop owner. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. Tony Todd's in this. He's Top Dollar's like right hand man, and Ernie Hudson's in it as well. From Ghostbuster fame, he plays the detective, and yeah, it's a great revenge film. All the characters are great in their own way. It takes place in this very isolated, rundown city. Um, Almost has that like apocalyptic type of feel to it. And yeah, it's just a really great film. Now, unfortunately, this would be the last film that Brandon Lee would star in because, due to an unfortunate accident during the filming of this, it took his life. And it really, you can definitely feel when you can feel the absence when you watch this film. You really can, because it starts to make you wonder what his how his career could have gone if he was still alive to this day, and what films he would have been in throughout his career. So it definitely gets you thinking. Great soundtrack. I will say this, that the soundtrack for this is great. There is some great scoring in this as well, which I do like. So all in all, it's a fun movie. The Blu-ray, I will say, the dark, a lot of it takes place at night. There's a lot of dark colors, and I feel like it blends very well, especially if you're playing it into a 4K player. Now, why this film has yet to see a 4K release is beyond me. But there are some great features. We get an audio commentary, behind the scenes, a profile on James Abar, who created, uh, excuse me, who created The Crow. He took an event in his life, a tragic event, and basically used that to inspire, what would become The Crow, a comic book series. And of course, the comic series, I believe, came out in like the late 80s. So it wasn't until 93 they started production and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see how quick something like this, could be made. And um, I would say, the film did great. I think it really did really well, especially considering that Brandon Lee, had passed on. But even if he had survived and he was still alive to this day, I feel like this film still would have done great and still would have made the same amount, because his performance, I just feel like, is amazing. I feel like this is truly a masterpiece, a comic book film done right. And to me, I think they casted the perfect actor for it. So I wish I could say more, but I'm sure everyone has seen this, and if you haven't, check it out. So that's my review for The Crow. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.